Hello, today I'm gonna give a country presentation on international business, and the country that I chose is India. Let's get started by knowing where India is. India is located in southern Asia, bordering the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. It is near the important Indian Ocean trade routes and neighbors to China, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan. Once gaining independence from Britain in 1947, they adopted a democratic system which led to a mixed economic system characterized by a large number of state owned enterprises, centralized planning, and subsidiaries. There are diverse religions, cultures, and languages in India, but the English language is a norm with regards to national, political, and commercial communications. Economic growth. Who are the players in the international market? Firms emerging from international markets like India are competing for a global market share. Indian business environment is characterized by the coexistence of both public and private sectors in respect to its participation in various economic activities in the country. Accordingly, the various economic policies of the country can promote the development of both the sectors in different spheres of activities. India's economic growth has been substantial as it's been reported a recent entrant into the trillion-dollar economy in 2012 with the GDP breaching 1 trillion. Although substantial opportunities for foreign direct investments persist in India, it falls behind other emerging economies. However, India's rate of growth exceeds that of China's, which is a key competitor in the emerging economies. The economic environment of business in India has been steadily changing, mainly due to the government policies. At the time of independence, the Indian economy was mainly agricultural and rural in character. About 70% of the working population was employed in agriculture. About 85% of the population was living in the villages. Production was carried out using irrational, low productivity technology, and communicable diseases were widespread. Mortality rates were high. There was no public health system. Let's talk about political environment. Being one of the largest democracies in the world, India runs on a federal form of government. The political environment is greatly influenced by factors such as government's policies, politicians' interests, and the ideologies of several political parties. As a result, the business environment in India is affected by multivariant political factors. The significance of political conditions in business success lies in the predictability of business activities under stable political conditions. On the other hand, there may be uncertainty of business activities due to political unrest and threats to law and order. Political stability thus builds up confidence among business people to invest in the long term projects for the growth of the economy. Political instability can shake that confidence, though. Similarly, the attitudes of government officials toward business may have either positive or negative impact upon business. For example, even after opening up of the economy in 1991, foreign companies found it extremely difficult to cut through the bureaucratic red tape to get permits for doing business in India. Sometimes it took months to process even their application for the purpose. As a result, these companies were discouraged from investing in our country. The situation has improved over time. The social environment. The social factors refer to any changes in trends which would impact the business environment. For instance, the rise in India's aging population is resulting in a considerable rise in pension costs and increase in the employment of older workers. The social environment of business include the social forces like customs and traditions, values, social trends, society's expectations from business, etc. Traditions define social practices that have lasted for decades or even centuries. For example, the celebration of Diwali, Eid, Christmas, and Guru Purab in India provides a significant financial opportunities for greeting cards, companies, sweets or confectionery manufacturers, tailoring outlets, and many other related businesses. Values refer to concepts that a society holds in high esteem. Did you know about the Pepsi and Coca Cola controversy? It was said that Coke and Pepsi are used as pesticides in India because they are cheaper and more effective. Why? Because they had chemicals in them. So what did they do? What was the procedure after that? The Pepsi Coca-Cola controversy raises an interesting question. Why are soft drinks giants Coca-Cola and PepsiCo putting in so much effort on publicity campaigns in India after the decline in their sales? The answer lies in the fact that their success is dependent not merely on their internal management, but also on many external forces, as, for example, 2015-16 business environment, 73 decisions and actions of governments, consumers, other business firms, and even non government organizations like CSE. Talking about globalization in India. Till 1991, the government of India had followed a policy of strictly regulating imports in value and volume terms. These regulations were with respect to licensing of imports, tariff restrictions, and quantitative restrictions. The new economic reforms aimed at trade liberalization were directed towards import liberalization, export promotion through rationalization of the tariff structures, and reforms with respect to foreign exchange so that the country does not remain isolated from the rest of the world. Talking about Indian culture, business meetings. Large evening receptions are not uncommon on a weeknight, with a full day conference on a Saturday. Do not be surprised if other business is being conducted simultaneously to your meeting. This is completely normal and does not reflect to a lack of interest. Meetings can seem very informal at times. Do not get irritated by this practice. More people might join in your meeting than originally scheduled, especially in government meetings. Greetings. A firm handshake is a common greeting amongst urban westernized Indians. Another greeting is to hold the palms of your hand together and say namaste while bowing slightly. Comparing Indian culture with Canada. Time is often fluid. Be prepared for meetings to start and finish late and for interruptions to occur on a regular basis. Meals often happen much later than in Canada. Lunch is between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m., and dinner is after 7:30 p.m. Meetings often begin with lengthy small talk, and some of the topics of these lengthy small talks are personal life, family, travel, experience with Canada, economic reforms, cricket, and politics. 5 things you need to know about Indian market. India is a price competitive market. They prefer cheaper prices. India is a relationship driven market and persistence is the key. Don't think of India as one market. There is a vast variety and it is not sector specific or region specific. Seniority and hierarchy matters. The most senior person in the meeting speaks. And vegetarianism is very common. So be mindful if booking a business meal. Trade between India and Canada. In 2019, Canada did more than $4.5 billion worth of trade with India, making the country Canada's ninth largest export market. Top exports in recent years have included minerals, vegetable products, and chemical products. There are great opportunities for Canadian companies to do business in India, and some of the sectors include the IT sector, communication and technology as value chain enhancer with equipment and services, infrastructure and power, including urban development and specialty products as add-ons to traditional equipment, oil and gas with equipment and services, and agri-food supply chains, logistics, and infrastructure. That is all for now. Thank you so much.